When playing the flute, breathing and breath support are very important to make sure that you have a good tone quality. So when you breathe like you're going to breathe before you play on the flute, a good thing to think about is, well, first of all, you want to make sure you get all of the air you can into your body, which means a lot of people talk about breathing low because you want to make sure that you're getting so much air that it's filling all the way down to your diaphragm. So a lot of times people will think of breathing in really low. So you can try that. Just think of like, put your hand on your stomach, and when you breathe, try to breathe as low as possible and expand your stomach outwards. Another way you could think of for taking a proper breath for when you're going to play the flute is a surprise breath. So like when you're surprised, like, so you could just practice that, and that makes sure you breathe really deeply and really low. Another thing you can think about is when you bend over in half, so like this, and then try breathing. It forces you to breathe using your lower air, so that's a good way those are a couple of different ways to think of taking good, deep, full breaths before you play the flute. When it comes to breath support, some people like to say, like, holding your breath in when you're singing, but that's not a very good analogy to think of. So another way to think of it is, instead of holding your breath in and not letting it out, is controlling the amount of air that you're letting out while you're playing. So you're not just breathing it in and then just letting it all out at once, but you are using your muscles to control the amount of air. So your muscles are engaged and they are controlling the amount of air that's coming out when you're playing the flute. So a couple of exercises that you can do to practice good breath support and breathing is the in and out exercise. So for example, you breathe in for 4 counts and then out for 4 counts, and then in for 4 counts, out for 8 counts, in for 4 counts, out for 16 counts. So for example, so in for 4, out for 4, in for 4, out for 8 is what I just did there. Another game that you can play to practice breath support with the flute is you can find a piece of tissue paper and put that up against a wall, and then take in your big, full, or surprise breath, and then blow on that piece of paper and try to keep it on the wall. So you let go and you just blow on it and try to keep it on the wall for as long as you can, and you can have contests with different people to see who can keep their tissue paper on the wall for the longest. That's another good way to practice breath support when playing the flute. And it's really important that you have good breath support and you're not just letting all your air out. Otherwise, you're just going to be huffing because all of your air is going to be leaving at one point in time. Instead, you just want to make sure it's very smooth and you're controlling the amount of air that's coming out of your mouth. So I don't have to breathe in between each note because I'm controlling the amount of air that's going out. So a nice deep surprise breath.